Hey there, Spencer Bronte, and welcome back to yet another Fact Time. This will be number 12 that we're doing here today. Alright, so we're going to continue with our Godzilla Monster series. And if you remember 2 episodes back, the episode just before the last, we talked about pterosaurs. We talked about the pterodactyloid or pterodactyl pterosaurs, and we talked about the rhamphorhynch or rhamphorhynchoid pterosaurs, the short tails and the long tails. If you haven't seen that one, go back and watch it before this one. You will need it. So we're going to continue again with the Godzilla monsters. So why I bring up the pterosaurs is that this is actually something that's related. In 1956, the Toho company, the company that made the Godzilla films and owned the rights, with their success 2 years prior with 1954's Gojira, translated as Godzilla King of the Monsters in the U.S., retitled as, moreover, they had this standalone film with just a giant monster that had no Godzilla, no reference to Godzilla, so it's kind of a standalone. This super fun film would then create a character that was so popular it was then woven into the Godzilla universe and brought in together. We looked at King Ghidorah in our last episode, and in the original King Ghidorah film in 1964, Rodan was already a co-character with Godzilla. So the one we're talking about here is the one and only Rodan. So this is why I mentioned the pterosaurs, because this creature was very, very much inspired by pterodactyls, and you can see that here in its overall design. Now this here is fun to talk about right now, in particular because U.S. audiences have been introduced on a large scale to this animal in 2019's Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now this model here is from that American film last year. So this animal is fictional. Again, we talked about in our beginning Godzilla series several episodes back. Go back and watch those, a 3-part initial Godzilla series I did. Animals can't really get this gigantic and large, but this is just cool in a sci-fi concept because you look at this. This is a probably basic pterodactyl type. So it's got that short tail like we talked about. It's got short limbs like you'd expect on all the pterosaurs. It's even got 2 horns, gives it kind of a devilish look, I would say. And on this model, it's reflecting the cool scales seen in that film, the 2019 film. But all of the Rodan incarnations, and there have been many, multiple different ones, there are about 4 major different looks, this one counting as one, of Rodan and variations between all of those. This is a way that we can engage in a sci-fi context with pterodactyls and pterosaurs as a whole. So this is a way that you see paleontology applied to science fiction. And again, it's pure fiction, not possible in this kind of a sense, but I think it's a fun way to kind of engage. Nobody expects giant Godzilla monsters to be real. Nobody expects to find Rodan in some cave or volcano somewhere. We understand when we watch these movies it's not real, they're not masquerading as fact. So I just think it's kind of fun and interesting to think about, and science fiction and fiction in general gives us the opportunity to bring facts out and talk about them and discuss them. So when you think about Rodan, think about some pterodactyls, think about some pterosaurs. This is just, to me, a super cool sci-fi creature. Alright, let me know what you think, and we'll be back next episode with some more Godzilla characters. Alright, so get ready for that. If you don't like Godzilla, well, tough. We will stop with Godzilla at least after the next one. We may return to Godzilla, so there will be more other things here, but I did have a request for science fiction, and Godzilla is such a helpful tool, particularly now since people are more aware of it than ever. So thanks for bearing with me, and I will be back next episode. Bye.